Most people strive for success. Less people stop to analyze success and see what brings it about. Even fewer people analyze success successfully. However, in a TED Talk titled How Great Leaders Inspire Action, Simon Sinek attempts to analyze success. Sinek claims that this model is applicable to anyone who has achieved success in the past or will achieve success in the future. Throughout Sinek's speech, his content is well organized and he uses appeals appropriately and to his advantage. But his delivery clashes with his content and overall lowers the effectiveness of his speech. Sinek's speech had good content with delivery that did not quite match the content. Let's first take a look at the content. Sinek broke down what's called the Golden Circle. The Golden Circle was a formula or diagram for analyzing success. It outlined how people who had achieved success began with the question of why and not what. He gave several examples, including the Wright brothers, Martin Luther King Jr., and Apple. All began with answering the question of why they do what they do, rather than what they do. Throughout Sinek's speech, his thoughts were well organized in a topical manner, and that allowed the points to be well communicated and understood why they related to each other. He uses several strategies to improve his information, including the use of appeals, or logos, pathos, and ethos. Sinek uses several emotional appeals, pathos. One of the major ones was a marketing example that he used from Apple, which demonstrated how an advertisement could be an emotional appeal simply by answering the question why they did what they did, which helped us understand how the Golden Circle can be used to create an emotion. He used significantly less ethos, or credibility statements, but they were still present. At the beginning, he spent a good amount of time talking about how he had been researching the Golden Circle for several years and several other successes that he had in relating to leadership development. But overall, he did not spend much time on this category. He did use a lot of logos, or logical arguments. He spent almost the entirety of his speech talking about reviews through history of people who had used the Golden Circle. As stated earlier, those are Martin Luther King Jr., the Wright brothers, and Apple. And he walked through those scenarios from beginning to end and based them on how they fit into the Golden Circle. The downfall of his speech was the verbal presentation. Sinek did speak clearly, and his content was good, but he conveyed it with an unnecessary intensity. The content, even though it wasn't particularly meant to be funny, definitely wasn't meant to be serious, and should have been conveyed in a manner that was more lighthearted or fun, rather than scary or almost frightening to watch. In conclusion, while Sinek did have good content and an effective appeal strategy, his delivery was not good and ended up being detrimental to the effectiveness of his speech. The Golden Circle is a fascinating concept, but Sinek missed the mark in communicating it. Perhaps Sinek's presentations and deliveries in the future could take a little lesson from the Golden Circle. Thank you.